Hello, beautiful Aries. Thank you for stopping by moonlittarotscope to get your June 2020 love reading. I do personal readings if you would like. You can just email me at moonlittarotscope@gmail.com and I'll get back with you and let you know how that works. Basically, it's phone, video, or chat readings for $1 a minute, okay? I'm going to go ahead and get started. This is going to be a short spread. It's going to be a 3-card spread with clarifiers, okay? I will be channeling this message. So, let's get started for Aries, June 2020. This is messages in love. This is messages in love. This is in regards to Aries heart, Aries heart space, and soul's journey in love. What messages do we have for Aries? Okay, we have the Palace of Swords in reverse. Can y'all see? Well. Any other messages? Okay, there's some confusion going on around you in your environment. We have the 8 of Wands in reverse as well. Last card, Spirit, please. And we have the 10 of Wands in reverse. So we have you're attempting to complete a cycle. There's something that's been going on that's you're no longer tolerant of. You can no longer tolerate it. For some of you, this might be like an obsession, a mental obsession, where you can't stop thinking about a person. You can't stop wondering what they meant in their last message to you. You're overanalyzing and overthinking, and this is causing you a lot of feelings of failure in some way. I feel like, Aries, there's a possibility that you may feel this way because you think that you are kind of not on top of the situation, being that you don't have your normal confidence that you normally have, okay? But toward the end of the month, we are going to progress into a relief from this anxiety and this stress that just keeps you up. It's like your passion for this person is keeping you up at night, and it's just driving you nuts, okay? Every move that you make, every move that they make is analyzed, and you don't feel like you have control over that, okay? That's sort of a ego thing, and I don't know, for whoever this message is for, I really feel strongly that this is not, that you know better. You know better than to do this, but you're feeling out of control. So let's get some clarifiers and get a little deeper into this message for why Aries is feeling this way. There is an environment around you. This could have to do with the energies in the month of June that is not under, okay, so they wanted me to say, it's not in your control, okay? And this is why part of you are, many of you are suffering, and you're staying up late at night and you can't sleep, and you're just overthinking and overdoing it, even though you know better, And this is really frustrating you, but it's partly because the environment that you're in, or the environment that's been created, okay? So think of some of you might still be in isolation. Some of you are just coming out of quarantine. Some of you just might feel awkward, okay? Because you guys have been struggling. You guys aren't really the most introverted people. This hasn't been the easiest time for you at all. And so there's a part of you that knows that, yes, you've been fixated on a love situation because you've been bored. You've been bored, Aries. So please forgive yourself for that. This has to do with the environment that you're in, okay? Spirit, what information can we get for, let's do this. What advice do we have for Aries in order to try to change their environment that they are so out of control? So we have the World in reverse. So yeah, this is basically just, to me, this is just sort of validating what I just said. You guys are not yourself, okay? And you do not need to beat up on yourself or feel in an egotistical way that you've lost, or like they have one leg up on you because you're the one that's just being obsessive and and that person, whoever this is that you're thinking about, is just not reciprocating that type of energy, whereas maybe they're coming across as apathetic, like they just don't care, but they're stringing you along just enough so where you know that they, every time you tell yourself, oh, they don't care, they string you along a little bit more, and then you're back in the same boat you were in before, okay? So there's a lot of frantic energy around you. And then we have these Sagittarius cards here. So with the 8 of Wands in reverse and the 10 of Wands in reverse, this is a cycle that will close out by the end of June, guys. So I don't want you to spend too much time concerning yourself with that. What is this failure that Aries feels? Okay, yeah, exactly. You haven't been able to get the message across. You have failed to get the message across. The message is not coming across to this person the way you intended it. They're not getting the message. And even worse, they act like they don't even really care to know what you're trying to say, okay? Interesting. Spirit, can you please clarify for us the 10 of Wands in reverse? And we have a Knight of Swords in the upright. Woohoo! Okay, so I was so excited because this entire reading is in reverse, okay? So that's a little bit of usually it gives me a little bit of pause. With the Knight of Swords in the upright, clarifying the 10 of Wands in reverse, what we're looking at is you guys are going to overcome this mental exhaustion, this mental obsession, going around and around in your head, not getting anywhere, feeling out of control, and not only that, but knowing better. Okay, so we've gone to the Page of Cups in reverse, and toward the end of the month, we're looking at the Knight of Swords. Someone has come into maturity. Somebody has mastered their mind, and this is clarifying why your anxiety is going to cease toward the end of the month. All right, so you guys are going to be feeling better toward the end of the month. You're going to be feeling more like yourself. You definitely could be connecting with an air sign here, but that's not necessarily the case. Maybe... I'm feeling like June is not a really good time to get into a lot of cerebral, talky things. You know what I mean? Maybe with your partner, you want to maybe be a little bit more mysterious and seductive, and let them come to you and try to figure out what's going on with you. Now, this is much easier said than done, okay? This is much easier said than done, all right? And I understand that. But it is a process, and you guys, moving toward the end of the month, you're going to be feeling much better. You're going to be able to get the rest that you haven't been able to get. And not only that, you're going to go from feeling like you failed to get the message across into being, you're not quite at the master of getting this message across to this person. And when I mean message, it just could be something as simply as like, I really feel, just trying to tell someone how you feel about them, or, try to communicate with them in a way that doesn't always leave you stressed, and always leaves you in a kind of a worse off than you were before you communicated with them, if that makes sense. It's sort of like some of you might be in a situation where you're like afraid to text that person or afraid to contact them because you're afraid that you're going to spiral out of control, all right? You guys are going to conquer this. You're going to be fine, okay, by the end of June. This will resolve itself. Don't let the shame or fear of failure get you down. I do get the feeling, okay, I'm getting a message that your partner is actually going to know that this isn't the real you, that you're not acting, you're not yourself, darling. You're not yourself. And of course you're not yourself. We've been through like hell. And it's, even if you have gone through this gracefully, it hasn't impacted you too much, at the end of the day, this is a time of high anxiety. So none of these cards surprise me. Your environment is affecting you, okay? Your inability to hermit down like a Virgo, or you guys really are open and you really are attached to others. And I know that you struggle with this time where you cannot communicate with others, so you may get a little fixated on your love interest, okay? All right, I'm going to pull one card from this last deck as advice from Spirit. Any advice from... Whoa. Well, I asked for one, I got four. We're going to try again. This is a big deck. You know what, I'm just going to let's divine this card. Okay. Ooh, swiftness, 8 of Wands. So, 8 of Wands in the upright. Okay? You will get communication. Okay? Communication will come. It will make sense to you. Okay? Maybe Aries, what this is telling you is that the messages are coming to you if you can listen. Don't be so concerned this month with how you're coming across, all right? Listen carefully to the messages. Listen. And I don't mean analyze, okay? I mean meditate and just listen to the world around you and allow that peace to envelop you and allow your environment to enter your soul, and accept, that you've struggled. You've struggled, okay? And maybe, Aries, this is just not a time for you, okay, to be concerned about communicating. Maybe it's a time to listen to others and study, okay? Because right now you are receptive to things that you aren't normally receptive to. Okay, Aries, I love you guys to pieces. Again, feel free to email me at moonlittarotscope@gmail.com if you'd like a personal reading. I love you very much. Take care. Bye.